see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? In my face, in my face, in my face, in my face. That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more?
I said, okay, okay, loser. We go way, way back. I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt. You cannot come to the...
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game,
Ball was teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by the 5th-year lefty out of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And his first pass falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted 2nd in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
Even he mentioned it to us. There hasn't been much celebrating for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone. That's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win, and he knows he's got to do more for his team.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 36. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He'll get this one to Adams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. That's to his back. Nick Chubb. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first. From the gun, Stroud. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with a running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well. How many times do defenders hear from the coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That's good for 7 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Here's Stroud. He brings it in. Touchdown, LA! Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Tylan Wallace on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Devin Lloyd making the play. And the Chargers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, there he was. A step away from making the post-game highlights you see on the news from going viral. Couldn't quite get there. Now they need to punch this one in to convert the interception into points.
It sure wasn't for lack of effort, though, and nobody in this stadium wanted to touch the pay dirt more than that return. He did all he could do.
He did.
Sometimes you're just an agonizing step or two away from that kind of glory.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Stroud now. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped, but can track it down for a loss on the outside. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Chargers take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stroud from the pistol. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down. Now it's Stroud. Roman Wilson reels it in. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Stroud off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Steelers will take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going play action. Tagovailoa. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Makes the ground in bounds left side. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 19 on the play. It's the Steelers' 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. We're running it after the penalty. Taylor with the 1st and then some. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. They go again with Taylor. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Blitz coming, Tua. Cut out left. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Our score, 14-0. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second, and they have to be thinking points here. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. From the pocket, looking for a target.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Jackson now to return it. He's got a lead up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. First down, Stroud. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
That was just a good-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Cuts it to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that will set up first and goal. From the red zone now. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Tua now from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So now, here's third and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Got him deep on the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
That is such a gut punch as a quarterback. You put in so much work to get down near the goal line. And then you've got to take care of the football. You can't be reckless with the ball. Those defenders are looking to knock it free, and that's exactly what they did, keeping points off the board.
And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing is Stroud. He finds Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They're out and set. First and 10. Taylor now up the middle. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Tagovailoa off the play fake. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. On the draw, this is Taylor. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. No gain on the run, so they're left with 4th and 7.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Charger offense making its way to the field. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Caught by Jennings. And he's tackled for a short gain. Brian Anger on now to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Steelers have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. 1st down, here's Tua. That throw finds Johnston. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Tagovailoa has his man. It's Addison. And they stop it.